Welcome to the Neo Digital Podcast. I'm your homie Jolly Dangerous, and I'm with my co-host.
My name is Denonu. YouTube, what's going on?
Yeah, this is the PlayStation. What is this? The PlayStation. What do you call it?
Reveal, showcase.
Yeah, there you go.
PlayStation setting the price.
Yeah. So this is for the PlayStation 5, the game lineup. I haven't seen anything. It's been out for 2 days, so you've probably seen this already. But this is our reaction to it, or this is at least my reaction to it.
Shoot, mine too. I haven't seen
Okay, cool. We have not seen it. So yeah, we're gonna get into it.
All right. Let me hit this play button. See what we got. I think the only thing I was told was Miles Morales Spider-Man looks awesome. That's about it.
PlayStation still looks ugly, by the way.
Yeah, not a fan of that. I'm a fan of all these games, though.
Yep.
Where are we?
You see things others can't.
This is the power that flows through this land. Yet you do not fully understand it.
But whatever comes, I will be ready.
Okay, let's do this.
He does look good.
Yeah, it did. I'm a fan of the color scheme, but just not the shape of it.
I don't like how it's white. I want it to be black. And that's not.
Yeah, I'd rather
That's-
it to be black on the outside and white in the middle.
Yeah. Make it look like a giant Oreo.
Yeah, I think they just did it just to make it stand out. You know, they want to make it futuristic looking. So
Maybe the PlayStation Pro version is going to be black.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only
Shiva?
the dominant.
Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy. Yep, I was about to say that.
Know the girl will be among us.
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Look at all these sexy motherfuckers for no reason.
Sergeant,
You know it's a Square Enix game when everybody's sexy.
I can't.
Everybody looked like a Japanese model.
Emma Frost, okay. Oh, he dead.
Our foe
Yeah.
will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors.
Got a manly voice on
We
him.
have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am
Bitch, I'm
Joshua's
30.
shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
Oh, look at that white chocobo.
Okay, so did they go back to the whole fantasy thing?
Did you not
That's what it looks like.
pledge your sword to our cause?
What does it matter?
Okay.
It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
Man, just call some Grey Wardens. They got that. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I will say that.
Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
Ooh.
Little boy getting that guts treatment.
It's the Archduke's son.
Phoenix.
Kind of reminds me of the last one that they did with the prince and his buddies.
Yeah.
It's like they took that fighting system, but they're making an old school fantasy RPG game. That's what it reminds me of.
Kind of like if you was to take Dark Souls and put it into a Final Fantasy engine.
Like this reminds me of all the old school Final Fantasy games, like 4, 5, and 6.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like medieval times and stuff like that, no technology and shit.
Has shaped our history.
Looks good though.
Why everybody gotta be so
I'm not
sexy
feeling
though,
that.
man? That's annoying.
I don't know. I'm not feeling the main character in his emo haircut.
Well, you gotta
Or
have
her emo haircut. I know.
you gotta have an androgynous. Everybody has the
Yeah,
androgynous. Look at that. You can't even tell what that is.
Everybody got to be a Sasuke fan.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. No.
I promise you, that's probably a woman. You don't even know.
Could be. Final Fantasy XXX.
Final Fantasy 16. That's the only thing I remember about like Roman numerals is that everything on the right side is going up, everything on the left side is going down.
Yep, 10, 5, and 1.
Yup.
Let's see, what is this?
Hey, Xbox.
Xbox?
Oh. You know it's just the buttons. X, square, circle, triangle.
This is cross. It's cross, good sir. It's not X.
Really?
I
It's an X.
wasn't think of it like Kenshin, the cross-shaped scar on his
That's
shoe.
an X.
Yeah, I know. We're American. That shit's X.
Yeah, cross.
Ooh, liking that shiny red.
Styling though. I wish he just took the stairs like a normal person.
Yeah, like he ain't had to embarrass everybody else. Like, okay, we know you got spider powers.
You know?
Like, what the fuck, man? Wasn't no girls watching. Like, walk your ass down.
You know,
Walk your ass down the wall. You got powers, like. Gotta be difficult.
Come on, we're gonna be late.
Who's that supposed
his
to be?
Asian,
Genki?
yeah, his Asian friend.
Hey,
Who's not fat in this?
so filling your suit.
He's chunky.
Are you still wearing your suit? Yeah, you know, just in case. It's gonna be fine.
I'm gonna go back and watch your gameplay of Spider-Man so I can see his story.
This is my favorite part of living in Harlem.
Hmm.
Pop-up
Yeah, he had a
street
couple
fair,
moments in
best
that.
food in the city.
Stealth missions that nobody liked.
This would be great for the last beat I was working on. I should get back into mixing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Gotta get back into doing those young things that kids are into these
You
days.
know, get my young black street cred up. I mix and master like a real DJ.
She's been a teacher my whole life.
Similar skill set.
I gotta get the new Norman Osborns. I heard they're like $200.
Making sure they don't throw things at each other.
Hi, I'm Brian Horton, creative director at Insomniac Games. We're excited to show you
What's up,
this
Brian?
look at gameplay from Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Our story picks up 1 year after the events of the first game, and we find Miles
Pause it right quick.
Harlem.
Okay, moving forward, I want to ruin your expectations of every single presenter ever. I dare you to
Okay.
find anybody like him, like a presenter that doesn't talk with their hands like this, in some form or fashion, on certain syllables where they talk and then they put them back together and then they talk again, just like this. They're using their hands.
Well, a lot of people talk with their hands and do a lot of that stuff.
No,
Is that like a formal training type thing?
people who believe what they're saying don't talk with their hands. It's from an actor standpoint. You talk with your hands when you're trying to convey a message to get you to actually believe in that message too. You're trying to convince the other person. That's why you're using your hands. When we talk,
Sir saying he's distracting us right now and telling us a bunch of bullshit.
he's
That's
trying
what
to
he's saying.
convince us that what he's saying is true. Even if it is true, he's trying to convince us because it's all a script. People who don't read scripts, who don't memorize, who don't try to convince, don't talk with hands.
Okay, look at you dropping some actor knowledge.
Just say. Just say.
Is in danger. Trouble brews while Miles' mom, Rio Morales, leads an election rally. A war between the devious energy corporation Roxxon and the Underground. A high-tech criminal army led by the Tinkerer starts to break out. In this gameplay sequence, captured on PlayStation 5 hardware,
Love his edge up.
attacks Roxxon, sending the rally into chaos in a fight that spills onto the Braithwaite Bridge.
Well,
where the
Roxxon's
Underground
always the
steal
bad guy,
Roxxon's
so.
experimental energy source, new form. Let's take a look.
Let's not shoot each other, all right?
What are they, gangs now?
Wow.
So I guess they're making a Tinkerer young
Does he remind me of?
and female.
It's always purple. Like the Prowler was purple, the Tinkerers are purple.
Everything else.
Is the Tinkerer usually a male?
Yeah, Tinkerer is usually like a 60, 70-year-old man.
Oh.
Get rid of him.
In the Ultimate Universe, I don't know. I mean, maybe they're female, but ooh, they're animating the Venom Blast.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
That can't be good. But I say, your spider sense not going.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't think that was gonna happen, buddy?
Keep him busy.
Man,
I like how the tech kind of forms around them and stuff. That's pretty cool.
it looked like they came straight out of a, what was that? Watch Dogs game. Ooh.
Watch Dogs?
Yeah. Yes, straight out of Watch Dogs. Oh, that's tight. Oh, boy. I'm a
Okay.
man.
It would be cool if they made Miles fight differently than how Peter did in the last.
He got better combos than Spider-Man.
Yeah, he do.
See, like, I'm looking at this, and I'm kind of glad that the one-on-one fighting isn't as awkward as it was in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because like the one-on-one fighting in Spider-Man, it feels like the game was designed around combos, and if you don't do combos, it makes fighting awkward.
Yeah. Like they made it to fight groups of enemies,
Yeah.
not just one or two specific people.
Because if not, like I've seen streamers just like fighting this one dude, and he's getting rocked left and right because he's just not doing combos and he's not doing his web slinging, and he's just trying to punch him so he can get it over with.
So they died, right? I mean, where's all the other heroes in New York? Because Spider-Man ain't holding no bridge up.
Oh, they doing their own thing.
That's the one thing that bugs me about video games. It's like, in Marvel, like 90% of their superheroes live in New York.
Yeah, you have all this stuff that happens and nobody else shows up but Spider-Man.
That Glass would not be holding that bus up. You better be whipping the axle or the frame or something.
Notice he just tackled homeboy through the glass at the back.
He's alright though.
I got you, bro.
I can't walk no more. My spine's broke. Ooh.
To the back of my head. No way. No way.
Ain't no way now.
If Spider-Man Homecoming has taught us anything,
if a boat can break it, ain't no damn well they ain't no bridge.
you saw how instantly that broke.
Okay. They're just gonna rip the moment straight from the train and Spider-Man Homecoming. Huh?
You know? Oh, that's in every Spider-Man game. So like that was the train, the original Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. Yep. Spider-Man ain't pulling no bridge together. He barely lift the car above his head. I think the most I've seen Peter do was what, a subway car? That's far more than that.
Whew. And he almost
nice visuals though. Like this
Extreme.
is what's up. Loving it though.
Except for this part, you can see how much they took out, like the graphics, because he didn't have like the webbing on, like the red like webbing that goes through his black. He didn't have that on that last sequence.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
that.
it was. Yeah, go back. It's way lower resolution. Right here.
Yeah, it's just a little bit there on his head.
Yeah, on his head part, but like everything else, way lower resolution. It just looked like a gray outline.
Yeah, it looked more like it was black and red.
Holiday 2020, be yourself. Okay.
That's what's up though. I think they said that's gonna be like, I think most of these games are probably gonna be launch titles, I think. But I know that's definitely one of them.
Yeah. I need to see a bundle. Like, I haven't seen a bundle yet of him and Miles. I mean, of PlayStation and Miles. I've seen a bundle of PlayStation and some kind of racing game that apparently nobody likes or wants. Okay.
WB.
Some kind of Harry Potter. This is Wizarding World.
Magic, both
Yep.
beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history.
A Harry Potter game.
The bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts.
I never really got into Harry Potter, but I have seen the first 3-4 movies.
It's pretty good. The books are supposedly better, but I never read the books.
The future of the wizarding world. Every corridor, every portrait, every
My goodness, please don't make this like a VR game where I have to use wands.
witches and wizards who came before.
Slytherin.
You will meet
Yup.
lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities.
Apparently, I'm a Hufflepuff.
Classrooms of the world's most talented.
No, I don't even know what I am.
And while
I just know they're the
your
cool ones.
begins at Hogwarts, brewing
So what's the one with the beaver? I mean, the badger. I think that's a Hufflepuff, right?
It was Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, and then Slytherin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know which one is which, but
Or Slytherin. There's one more. It's supposed to be 4, I think.
you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge.
this would be cool if it was like an action adventure game.
That's what it seemed like.
That's what.
Oh, you probably make your own wizard.
Strange and mysterious.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
May be the key to unlocking this dormant power.
That is one ugly creature. My bad. That is one ugly creature.
But what form will it take? The journey
See, this is what I'm talking about. It's more magic in the video game. Like, I wish that this was the kind of magic that we see in the movies. Like, I hated that about the Harry Potter movies. It was just a lot of talk, no magic.
will define the legacy.
Yeah, you want that you want that Dresden Files. Show me the magical world and let me do all the magic, the badass magical spells. And
Yes,
stuff.
man.
Like just before you said that, I was thinking about why they always fighting with wands. Why can't they just make like a wooden shaped cestus that you put on your fist that you could do all the stuff with and beat somebody ass with?
Like,
Kind of like how Dresden has the staff and the
flashing wand.
all that stuff. Yeah, the trinkets, the bracelets.
Well,
and
in the
stuff.
movie, like in the show, they did have trinkets, but I want to see more magic.
One of our goals as
Watch, look,
developers is to bring the
look at
game
him,
world
look at his
to life
hands.
unlike anything you've ever experienced, and the PlayStation 5
Bullshit.
is making that happen.
Believe me,
With the power of the new console,
This
we've
is
been able to
good.
significantly enhance the overall experience. From what you see in the world, to how it feels in your hands, to what you hear around you. In Black Ops Cold War, you will be transported to the year 1981, in the middle of one of the most dangerous times the world has ever known, the height of the Cold War.
The
following
height
is a portion
of the
the
Cold
first
War.
campaign mission where you've been given the name of a high-value target linked to the Iran hostage crisis. But in true Black Ops style, nothing is as it seems.
why he gotta be
Look.
smiling like that? He's smiling like he know he lying.
Yeah,
Like he lied through his teeth.
everybody knows that. Like, I need somebody that actually plays these games and have fun with them and tell me about them. You know what I mean? And stop moving your damn hands and trying to make me believe that shit. Only reason I know that it's a psychology thing, and we have to learn about it in acting because us as actors,
You have to learn not to do
exactly, yeah. Because when you have a script and you're not even certain about the words you're using, you try to convince people about moving your hands.
it. So to sound more convincing, you have to train yourself not to do it.
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie, this actually does look pretty good.
I mean, did they have night vision scopes back in
No, they did.
81?
No, well, yeah, they did. If the military,
They were like big ass fucking bulky things. They weren't. That's like modern shit.
but if the military had it, you wouldn't know until they release it. Military always
Right.
had good stuff
Right.
before everybody else got it.
Oh yeah, that's everything. Yeah, that's everything they have. Right.
Incoming truck, left side.
If I don't see Woods jump out and do a 360 no scope, this isn't Call of Duty.
I imagine that's what they're doing, like just foregoing all the like the spec ops
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, skipping all the
Yeah.
cutscenes, just fuck it, just do it.
Yep. Just run out there jumping over things, no scoping, and what is Woods doing?
I'm not gonna be lying. Like I would love a game trailer if they did that. It was like the show was like a true representation of what they would do.
Yeah.
Or what people would do. People ain't gonna play it all super stealthy like this.
Nope.
Like I would play it like this because that's the kind of stuff I'm into, but I'm not the majority. Two for
Bro, I love that. That was dope. gave bullet time.
Why would you run up on him and use him as a body shield when you have a gun and you got cover?
Remember,
why are you doing?
This is what people would do.
Oh, I know, but it's the realistic side of me is like you left cover and you had a gun to go out and get shot at. Like that don't happen in real life.
At the same time, we were like, you literally just said, I wish they
I
would,
know.
and they did it.
Well, I ain't seen no 360 no scope.
No, of course not. I will say this though, they did the guy that's playing did some very redundant things. When he shot the dude, he killed him, turned him around, used him as a human shield, put a grenade in his hand, shoved him towards an explosive barrel, and then shot the barrel. I'm like, he's gonna explode anyway. You just gave him a
could have
grenade.
just shot that guy and just shot the barrel.
You know what I mean?
Oh, this RC car bullshit. Man, I hate that thing.
I want somebody to deep fake
RCXD deployed.
I want somebody to deep fake the RC car from Toys and have Buzz Lightyear on his have Buzz Lightyear on him riding it.
To infinity and beyond.
Ooh. Ooh.
Really? Really? He went up on the plane, huh?
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Call of Duty loves those Hollywood moments, though. Michael Bay's wet dream.
I like him.
Yeah, I mean they're cool spectacles. I mean that's kind of what they, what they do. So.
First Call of Duty I actually want to play.
The campaign for Black Ops Cold War. There
Look
are
at
many more twists and turns along the way as you begin to
It's up here now.
and we can't wait for you to play it soon.
You can't see his hands moving. Oh, there they go.
There that is hands.
Multiplayer online combat.
See, he just has this smirk like that's a hidden joke that he's not telling.
What they don't know, it's the same damn game that we played 10 years ago.
Doesn't have to wait to play multiplayer. Starting this Friday, PlayStation players will be able to play the multiplayer alpha exclusively on PlayStation 4. And for those of you that are watching at home on your PS4, you can preload the experience.
Oh, 18. Woo, we can play that right now.
Can't wait to see you online Friday and through the weekend. Enjoy the rest
Sure
of the
can.
show.
Unless you said pre-orders or something.
No, he said we can play it now. Question is, I don't want to play multiplayer. I want to play the story.
Yeah.
That's what they should do. They should just give out the story for free because nobody plays it anyway. They just multiplayer is when you got to pay for it.
That's what they did with Black Ops, the last Black Ops game, where they was like, we just don't have a story because it's too hard to put. We just didn't think that people would want it because we never had no intention of making it.
Yup.
Lying ass stuff. Resident Evil. Oh shit. Resident Evil Tactical?
You don't have a black eye. How you know it's Resident Evil? Capcom.
He said Chris.
Oh, Chris.
Well, he called him Chris.
The main character?
Mm-hmm. Big super arms. I can punch boulders.
We give glory. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Looks like they're trying to go back to Resident Evil 4.
Mia.
Oh, bringing back Ethan.
Paranoid.
I thought Resident Evil was about zombies. I felt like all this stuff is about like monsters and shit.
Well, they're probably trying to get away from that. It is about zombies and viruses, but they've been doing that for so long. They didn't really have anywhere to go, and then the series became action-based with Part 6, and everybody hated it. So then they made 7 and went with that survival horror, country white people horror route. And this one seems more like it's like it's trying to go back to Resident Evil 4 with a village that you got to go to, and more of that horror vibe, you know, to it.
Ha! I like how they did that. That's really good logo. I'm not gonna lie, that's really good logo stuff right there.
Yeah, they started doing that with 7. Oh, they brought back what's his name? What are you buying? You know, I'm hoping that's that guy. But yeah, they started that with the last one with 7, and they had to get away from the logo they had for 6 because it looks like a giraffe getting a blowjob.
Yep. well, a woman giving a blowjob to a giraffe.
Yeah. It'd be kind of weird if it's the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah.
I told my brother that. He was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, all right, look at this logo. Now, doesn't it remind you of this? He was like, oh shit, I can't unsee it now.
Yup.
And each visionary is a different piece.
How was this?
The one where you die over and over again.
Oh, the one with the black guy?
Uh-huh. It still reminds me of that fucking weird game that came out on PC from the 70s. Dude, heads hurt all the way.
Yeah, he cracked it all the way around.
You may feel a little bit of pressure.
I mean, you ain't had to do it that much. Damn. You only gotta break it. You don't gotta turn it halfway.
Nah, you gotta do the whole thing.
Why does the movement remind me of Team Fortress?
More than I can remember, but there is never enough time. I go after one.
It feels like it.
Lives, because right now, half an island away, a different visionary is throwing his nightly cannibal masquerade. Alexis Dorsey.
Everybody shut up! This is my jam.
Igor is a big fan, yet somehow he never makes it to the party. Something keeps him home.
Colt, you there, buddy?
Here's the invite to the party. And here's why Igor blew it off. He made some kind of scientific breakthrough that morning.
I did it! I did it! It works!
That he makes every morning. Unless I get there first.
I love how he just throws it in there.
No experiment, no breakthrough. No reason for Igor not to drink his disappointment with Alexis. Now I got a shot at killing them both at the same time. In the same loop.
Oh no, it's one of those kind of games.
What, where you just do the same thing over and over again and gotta figure out a way to kill people?
Yeah. You gotta find different things to do. But through the whole thing, you got another player trying to kill you.
Yeah. I know I'm not feeling this game myself, but
I'm not either. I would say it's interesting. I'd like to see gameplay of it, but it's not something that I would want to play.
On my list, every one of them with grand plans for eternal life. To break the loop, I gotta break the rules. Clock's ticking.
And you just ran out of time. You keep forgetting, Colt. I'm not like those other idiots. Only got one name on my list. Yours.
See, that's what it is. It's just like either person finding the other person to kill them. But this whole time it's like you got to do the exact same thing over and over and over again to try to find a loop to take out these people while someone's trying to kill you.
And you probably got to do it as fast as you can. So you got to do certain things to get this character to come over here, to get this character to go over there. So you can kill them quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that seems
that
like
tells me it's going to be a short game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short half-hour, 45-minute run, and then you start it over again.
It's made to be one of those things that you play over and over and over again. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That day, if our positions were switched.
Okay. Another Capcom game?
Be different.
Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry. Yeah.
You a demon.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I
haven't played it, but I heard nothing but good things about it.
It's just the same game coming out again.
Yeah, but they did a lot of good stuff with that last game. I haven't played it, but I've heard that game was made for the consumers. It wasn't made for them. So they'll probably add a bunch of stuff in it. So I'm guessing they're showing a lot of Virgil, so you can play through the Virgil. The game is Virgil now?
I guess. It says special edition. Man, he looks better to play than whatchamacallit.
Oh, Dante?
Yeah. I was watching another friend of mine stream it, and when he was playing as Dante, I was like, I'm good. Because he was just using a motorcycle, and then he split the motorcycle into half and used half of them. I'm like, that looks so unrealistic, even though this whole thing is unrealistic. Yeah. That's even more unrealistic than what I've been looking at. You're using a motorcycle. And then he had to rev it up, too. Like, if he rev it up, it would, like, increase the power or something like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, I think the one reason that didn't get me to play it was because I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan. I love the games. I wanted to play as Dante throughout the whole thing, but it's one of those things where it makes you jump characters. You played as the guy from Star Wars, then Dante, and then somebody else, and you just flip back and forth, and that's what I didn't want.
It's not about.
I know. I just wanted to be about Dante killing demons. That's all I want.
Of course. Wait, guy from Star Wars.
Yeah. Kylo Ren.
Oh, he was one of the characters?
Yeah, he was the emo guy, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They had to, or he looks just like the guy who plays him. Adam Driver, whatever his name is.
Is this Odyssey, the old world?
Looks like it.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Boy, that dude got fingers in his face.
Hi, I'm Lorne Lanning, creative director of Oddworld Soulstorm. And we're excited to bring you an all-new exclusive trailer from the game. Here, our unlikely hero, Abe, finds himself fresh.
See, we got to see if he's talking with his hands.
He don't look like it. See him. Look at his shoulders.
I see him moving something, but
discovers it has only just begun. The stakes are higher, the threats are larger, the obstacles are more deep.
He keeps alternating between his hands too.
By the power of PlayStation 5. Enjoy.
That's somebody who memorized it in a list form. So every time he hits another topic, he switches hands.
Shoot, I couldn't be an actor. It just amazes me how people memorize like entire scripts and scenes and stuff. I'd be lost. Be like, line.
Yep.
Be like, I get like the first couple sentences and that's it. I'm gone.
I like his suit.
So Abe with lemmings.
Yeah, like was that the first one? Was that how the first one played?
I don't think so.
Wait here. Why the hold up? I could go.
It was just about Abe going throughout the adventure.
My tummy's growling. I'm hungry.
I love that. Like the stop animation is like them just talking shit.
Kind of remind me of the henchmen demons from I want to say Overlord.
Overlord, yeah. Another game I need to play. I was told that it was really good.
Yeah, that game was fun as hell.
Gregory, your friends are worried about you. They're here with me. Please come out.
You're all going to die down here.
Yup.
Getting those Alice vibes.
It was just a glitch. It won't
I may have lost my temper. Bruh. I saw that thing crawling up there.
So you're saying this is another Nope game?
Nope. I mean, yup.
It won't happen again.
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh. That game I never really understood it because it was dumb as hell.
So they turned it into like
an actual game.
I think she's found us.
Nope. Nope. See, I knew it. What's it say? Security breach? Nah, I'm good. They actually turn into an actual game where you're walking around and there's these things popping out and you turn around and your level's right there. Like,
They turned it from a concept to a game.
I'm good. I hate jump scares.
Oh, what's with all this pixelation? Come on, Sony, get your video right.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it was all pixelated on my TV for some reason.
Could be your TV.
Better not be my TV. Not as much money I paid for it. Demon souls. I already know. I remember buying this way back in the day when it first came out. Got like 2 levels in and put it down. I was like, fuck this bullshit.
What, it was a hard game?
Well, it's hard, but a lot of the things that they learned over the next few games, like with Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, this was more janky because this is before they learned all of that. So this is not a remake, but a remastered version of it.
Oh, okay.
So they're probably gonna touch it up a little bit, put a lot of those newer fixes in it, make the game look damn near beautiful.
I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah. Like they got like all these cool animations, like him stabbing and twisting the blade. They had none of that when the old one.
Yeah, I seen gameplay of the first one. It's like it don't look like this. This was like a whole nother game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm probably gonna well I don't want to get it and play it. No loading screens? Okay.
Oh, that looks like an actual person.
Yeah, it did.
I can't wait to see speedrunners.
Oh yeah, they're just gonna be running through the game, just bypassing everybody. See, he holding his shield up too long, man. You gotta drop the shield. Get your stamina back. This guy gotta learn how to play.
Maybe they changed that.
Nah, they ain't changed that.
Okay, so basically his stamina bar is just like way up here because, you know, they trying to show off the game.
Yeah, well, it's not even on the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, like he should have a health meter, stamina meter.
They probably just unlimited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's dropping everybody in like one hit, so.
It wasn't I'm gonna excuse me.
Come on, man, counter one of them. You know, I want to see a counter attack.
It's gonna be the very last thing he does.
Boss fight. Is it the goblin thing? Yep. It's always the goblin thing with small wings.
Dang. See, if this was actual, see, that would have killed him already.
Yeah, he died like 1, 2, at most 3 hits. Come on, man, learn how to dodge.
There it is.
Gotta get good. Ooh. How good everything looks, though. Damn.
I like that tackle move.
Yeah, that was cool. You know that that meme when Ghost of Tsushima came out?
Huh?
Where it was like, good job on your Japanese game, good job on your Western game.
Yeah.
There you go. Good job on your Western game.
I shall await thy return, Slayer of Demons.
This is cool. I'm just kind of tired of seeing these games repeatedly. All I see is Dark Souls and Demon Souls just repeatedly. That's all people are talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see any more remakes of the same games. Please make some new stuff.
Yeah. Well, they did. They made Sekiro. Same kind of formula, different mechanics, but...
Did they make a Sekiro 2? No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
I've seen a Neo 2, but not a Sekiro 2. It's like, I'd rather play Sekiro 2 over Neo. Oh,
Yeah.
no, this is...
We want doing a YouTube video, I'll skip right past it. I guess the kids got to get their game in, huh?
I guess so.
Oh, at least they made it quick.
Yup.
Where's that Ghost game? That Japanese Ghost game? That was on PlayStation, right?
I think that's coming out on PS4, though.
I think that might have been it.
PlayStation Plus benefit?
Can you kill something that big?
Ah, okay. This is all the games for PlayStation 4
Yeah.
digitally streamed to you.
Yeah, I think they said with PlayStation Plus, just by you having it, you can get all of the older PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5.
What, available to play, though?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if that's the case, why are people complaining that you can't play, PS4 and PS3 games? Like, if you can just do this.
Well, I think this is just with. Well, I think this is just with PlayStation 4. So if you wanted to play stuff before that, you can. This is like their answer to Game Pass from Xbox.
You can though, because PlayStation Network has PlayStation 1 games on it, PlayStation 2 games.
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll roll that over, but I think that's a separate thing. What's that, PlayStation Now or something like that?
Yeah.
After all we've been through.
There you go. The true Last of Us game.
It's time.
Persona.
Uncharted, Bloodborne. Get that crap out of here. I don't care about Fallout. That's not a bad lineup for older games. Okay, so genre-defining games. Okay, so probably the kind of like the PlayStation hits from back in the day.
Yup. For all the PlayStation 4 games.
Mm.
But nothing for PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
You got all the other God of War series, the best of the God of War series. You can't play those.
Well, I thought they had that collection that had 1, 2, and 3 in it.
Yeah, they do, but that's on PS4. Oh. Yeah, but they didn't showcase that then. They only showcased the new God of War, not the old God of War.
Yeah, sure. Well, they might have it, They might port it over. I mean, if they already got it for PlayStation 4, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, we get it. We know what it looks like. Damn.
So you can either put it on the side or vertical. You know I'm gonna put it on the side the way it's supposed to go, so I don't tear up any of my discs.
Exactly. What console gamer puts their system vertical? Like no, after the 360 ate everybody's discs. Who does that?
Yeah. Get a real ring of death on your actual game.
Dick an Xbox with that price.
November 12 and November 19.
Because I think that's the same price as Xbox's thing.
Yeah.
So now you know. Thank you all for joining us today.
Stop convincing me.
It's your passion as fans of gaming that drives us to deliver a truly new generation of experiences on PS5. From everyone at PlayStation, we appreciate your continued support, and we look forward to you getting your hands on PS5 very soon.
AKA not today.
Let me leave you with one more quick look.
I hope if you're watching this far, every time someone tries to talk to you and they're trying to convince you'll know they're trying to convince you because they're talking with their hands. Don't believe their bullshit.
Okay. Close your heart to it, boy. They announcing a sequel already? That'll get played.
Ooh. We got to go back and finish God of War.
Yeah, we do.
This time I'm gonna take it off for hard mode so I can just actually finish it.
Okay, Ragnarok. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the first time we had fought that main dude, and I was doing all those blocks. It felt really good, but after that, all those minions, it's just like it tired me out, dog.
It gets better later on because you can kill them faster as you level up. But yeah, playing on hard is a beast because the game is hard like that. So.
Also, I don't like how you have to get items to strengthen your character. I can do without that. That sounds like what's his name? Dang, what is the dude's name? The rapper.
I'm not gonna know.
I know. he's the guy that was rapping about clothes shopping. What's that like? Retro shopping when you go to those clothes marts. Thrift shopping. I forgot the guy's name though.
The white guy?
The rapper. I feel like it sounds like that's his song. Like that's one of his songs, but I know it's not.
Yeah, because I think the guy, or at least in this, sounds black, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
who made the thrift shop song?
Because he has another song that I listen to, and it has that same kind of like beat.
So wrong. So wrong. Up, Amber Alert.
I know. I feel bad every time I hit the OK button, but it's like, do you expect me to run outside right now and look for this car? My kid is missing. You should find this Toyota.
What YouTuber made a joke about that? Somebody made a joke.
I'll be right back. And then they hop in the car and drive off. Yeah, I see that video where everyone jumps into their car and they're speeding down the street trying to find this car, and then they actually find it, go beat the dude up, and then take the kid back. It's like that's what people expect to happen from an Amber Alert, but that's not what happens. It's boo. I'll be on the lookout for this yellow car as I drive home. I don't like what you want me to do. I'm not Sherlock Holmes. Also, I don't have a game though, but still.
All right. So what you think of the PlayStation Showcase?
I liked it better than the previous PlayStation Showcase.
Yeah, me too.
It was much more insightful with the new games. I feel like all these games excited me. Even Final Fantasy, even though I know what I'm in store for with that game, I'm in store for like very long, not proposition, exposition. Be a lot of talking in that game, and I've never been a fan of like the retro old world castle stuff like that. I never liked that kind of thing.
How do you think this compares? Like, because to me, this video, it's like this is what the last video was missing. Like the last video was like all indie titles and all of that. It's like, okay, where the regular games at? And it's like, okay, that's this one. So it's not bad.
Honestly, they could have like I'd have been okay with them waiting to produce like a 2-hour digital release of like indie titles as well as these titles, and then like showing the PlayStation here and there, and then immediately saying, "Hey, pre-order now." You know what I mean? Like I would have loved that. I would have waited for that instead of seeing Xbox is doing theirs this week, PlayStation is doing theirs this week, this and this and this. Like that stuff no longer applies. It's digital now. You can do that whenever you want.
Yeah.
And that first one did not impress me long enough. And I'm okay sitting here for 2 hours looking at something that I'm interested in. That first one, I was not interested. This excited me a little bit.
Yeah.
Only 2 games I kind of want to play. Well, the one that I know I want to play for sure is the Miles Morales because that story looks amazing. The story looked interesting more so than the gameplay. But the gameplay also looks hella interesting too. The Final Fantasy one, I'm like borderline interested in.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. It's like it looks good. I hope it's better, but I need to see more because I got bored with that last one. So
I couldn't beat 14. Like I couldn't get into it. I tried.
Yeah, me neither.
And there's a lot of stuff I didn't like about it. The driving in that game sucks. The gameplay was kind of janky.
Yeah.
So like switching back and forth between using your abilities, like the world was so big and they wanted you to do so many things, like go monster hunting.
Yeah.
I never do character. I hated doing that stuff. But if you
then you had to cook food and make camps and go do all this. It felt like to me when I was playing it, it felt like, okay, here's this game world, here's this world. Let's make you do all these activities that you can do, but they kind of forced you to do it. Yeah. And that's what kind of turned me off of it.
I felt like the game was just like a bro moment. Like it's developing brotherhood between these 4 characters, which I didn't really care about. Because you already established they was friends. I just want to go through the game and beat it. I don't want to sit here and do all this extracurricular activities. Something like this, I find this way more interesting than the new Avengers game that just came out, because this gives you a solid story and then gameplay with it. This is what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy one I wasn't interested in because it's all flash and no substance. I don't care about it. I can't even though I just sat here and watched it, I can't remember any other game that I'm really interested in playing because that's how lackluster it was. Except for maybe God of War, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I think for me it's Miles, Demon Souls, maybe Final Fantasy if it has a more traditional old school type story. That would appease me a whole lot more. If they was like, okay, look, we're taking it back. Okay, yeah, I might play it then. But God of War definitely, because I love the last game. But everything else is kind of like, okay, that's cool that they have it. I won't be playing the Death Loop or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's maybe some people would jump on with that. So.
Yeah, maybe. I can't be interested. There's nothing else I can be interested in.
Yeah.
They started Miles Morales, and that good job because nothing else is done.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping for all of the other newer games that are going to come on the PlayStation 5 next year and the year after, and seeing what the hardware is capable of, really. I'm hoping game developers take use of the extra resources and stuff, but we'll see.
I'm going to be living paycheck to paycheck over the next few months. Got a PlayStation 5 to buy. I got I got this one game to buy that's going to be $80-something. I have I have to upgrade a new graphics card.
Yep, you got to get that RTX 3080 like I do.
3080 to 3090. I'm still deciding on if I want to spend the money on it. And then what else we got? What else do we have coming out? PlayStation, the games, the RTX card. I know there's something else I have to pay for. I mean other than
I would say Xbox, but you got a PC, so.
Yeah. Why would I need an Xbox? I'm good on that.
You might have a lot of papers on your desk. You might need to weigh them down. So.
You're right. I could use another paperweight. I will say this though about Xbox, even though this is a PlayStation video, I will say that I wholeheartedly am grateful that they are like, look, we don't care if you buy our console. Yeah. We just want you to play our games. So they made everything the same thing. So people who don't have a PC can just get one of these new Xboxes that plays like a PC. And people who have a PC can just play their games. Like that's what I like. PlayStation doesn't have that, and they will never have that other than if they release PlayStation Now for every single game that comes out on PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll probably never have it because right now they own the market. So they set the standard. So they don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas Microsoft, I feel like they're admitting they lost. It's like my pride wants to be like, come on, man. Like y'all just gotta get y'all shit together and y'all can come back. But if they feel like they don't need to, then they don't need to. It is what it is. And I'm glad that they're making a service for the consumer that's consumer friendly. That we something that we want.
Yeah.
So, because they didn't have to do it.
It's no longer a competition at that point.
Yeah.
Because now we don't have to compete with a console when you literally can just play your PC if you have a great PC. It's like they stopped caring about the console war a while ago when they said you can play this on any service. That's when it started. That's when it was like, okay, we're no longer trying to compete with PlayStation because they're going to have their games. We're going to have ours. We're going to make the best console we can for people who don't have the best PC. And the people that have the best PC,
you can play it on that.
You can play it on that. Like, that's what I care about because I hated having to go out and buy a console, even though I had a dope-ass PC that can play anything I wanted to. That alone would make me switch because now I don't have to go buy another console just to play whatever game I want.
Yeah, that Game Pass was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that at least a lot of the other companies are doing something similar too. Like EA had their little I forget what they call it, but I think they're giving theirs away too. If you have Game Pass or something like that, you get that along with it now or something like that.
Sorry, almost through. You said
yeah, as everybody should. But so I mean, I'm hoping that a lot of game developers and game companies are. It seems to be like they're more consumer friendly after this whole loot box, give us your money phase that's been going on for the past 4 or 5 years. So nothing but good things.
Yeah, I felt great about this. This was nice. What about you? I wouldn't say nothing here surprised me. You know what I mean? Like
it's what you expected.
Yeah, it's what I expected. There's nothing here that's making me oh my god, like lose my mind. No. I can't remember the last time any game or game developer made me lose my mind off of that. You know what I mean?
Shoot, Final Fantasy when they announced the remake. that's the last time I can remember.
Okay, yeah, that's different. But like the Final Fantasy remake, the release date for actual Kingdom Hearts, that kind of thing. But something like this, I would say Miles Morales, this was the only thing that excited me so much because I want to play it. Like I feel like this is going to live up to my expectations. I feel I feel like now I'm starting to feel like what is that game? Cyberpunk isn't going to live up to my expectations. I'm starting to feel that now.
Blasphemy.
I don't care what you say, man. Look, if you show me if Sony or the people that made Spider-Man has done anything, they have not talked their game up. All they did was showcase stuff and whatever they showcased is exactly what it was. You see the combos, you see the web slinging, and you can do that in the game if you're skilled enough. And you can still do basic combos if you're not skilled enough. And they show a great story. I feel the exact same way now with Miles Morales. Well, I can't say one thing in the other Spider-Man game where I saw a streamer play it and it made me not want to play it, is the amount of how big the city was and how little there was to do in between missions. This one mission you got to do is on the other side of the city, so you got to web sling all the way there, and all these rooftops are bare. What I like about previous Spider-Man games is that at least on those rooftops, there was like power-ups, gems, items,
hidden collectibles,
hidden collectibles to get so you get more skins. Like, and if you're gonna have that many rooftops, at least make them make some kind of difference in your gameplay. With this, I'm more focused on like the story that they're showing me. It's getting me interested. The gameplay looks amazing, and I expect the game is going to be just like that. Cyberpunk so far has done their best to try to convince me how amazing their game is, and all they're doing is showing me little snippets of the world and living in the world. You're not showing me enough of the stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah,
I want to see it, and I want to see it from like a gameplay perspective, from just like from looking at it and saying, you know what, I can see that that's what they're talking about, and I can see that's how it's going to go. Instead of saying, this is what we like, I know what you like, but I need to see what I'm going to like, because the stuff that you like, I don't care about.
Yeah, one thing I will say, at least in their defense, they I don't see them releasing 40-minute Spider-Man, videos
at all.
So at least they will do long ass videos so you can kind of see what certain gameplay segments will look like. But yeah, I'm in the same boat with Cyberpunk. I'm so hyped up for it, and I know it's not gonna live up to my hype, but I want it to. And it's like, I feel like nobody can ever promise 100% and give, and that's what you get. So I know a lot of what they're saying probably may not be in the game, or it may not get in the game due to certain things, and that's going to be a letdown. But I know I'm still going to love that game regardless.
Of course.
But as far as Spider-Man, though, let me ask you this, because I see a lot of people talking about it online, and they say, oh, this game feels like DLC, or they feel like that it should have been a part of the last one, and they just cut it off and made it its own thing and charging you like $60-$70.
Shut your ass. What? Like people can find a reason to complain about everything. The only reason that you're saying it's DLC is because you see Miles Morales show up in the original game. So why would this be DLC? Like, was he a playable character in the other game? He was?
For like shitty stealth segments, yeah, I think.
No. But did he have on a suit?
No.
Exactly.
He got his powers at the he had his powers, but it was one of those things where it's like, oh, Peter found out at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So it's like you knew going into it, it's like, okay, I know they're making Miles into something.
Bro, man, some of the best so these are either young people, or these are people who have not played games that were spinoffs of other games. So, prime example, and I'm gonna say one good example is when you played Assassin's Creed 3 with Ragaton, or however you pronounce his actual name, Connor, his white name. When you play as Connor, he meets
his privileged name.
Yeah.
I can't say slave name, but his privileged name.
His 600 credit score name. When you play as him, he meets this female French character from Louisiana. Her name was Aveline de Grompe. She's in...
Oh, French chick, yeah.
Yeah.
The other spinoff game, yeah.
Exactly. She's in his game. And she shows up, and she's not even a playable character. But her DLC game was released separate, and it was its own game. Even though it was a DLC game, that game had enough length in it to where you're playing for like maybe a good 15, 20 hours. But her story was great. She showed how strong she was as a female assassin. She showed that she could be just as strong as any man. And her stealth missions were better than Connor's stealth missions. You actually felt like an assassin when you were playing with her. You know what I mean? She had to get in. She's wearing her little outfit, her parasol outfit, and she's blending in with people, and she's shooting people with a little parasol umbrella, and then she put it back on and walk smooth on out. I'm like, it was the most clean. And you know, I hate to sneak around in games, but it was so clean. I loved it. I loved it all my heart. That was a DLC game, but the story was great. I paid $20 for that game. If the story was longer, I would have paid 60. I would have loved to kept playing as her. But 20 hours of gameplay for $20, I'll take that every day, all day. Yeah. If you're saying that this game is nothing but Miles Morales, as him, as Spider-Man, as like wall slinging, moving around, has his own villain, just like from the comic strip and everything else, man, yes, it's his own game. See, like those people that's like, if it's not Peter Parker, it's DLC. I ain't trying to do that.
Well, it could be those people are just like, oh, I paid $60 for something. I wanted to be free. It could be something like that. And they just feel some type of way. You know, it's you can't please nobody on the internet.
DLC, to me, DLC shouldn't be story based. Like that was the problem with Destiny. DLC should not be story.
DLC was the story.
Exactly.
the whole game.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like people say, "Oh, this should have been DLC." Like, no, it shouldn't be. It's a whole new story. Why should DLC be story? DLC for me and in our generation was just
additional content.
Additional content that didn't change the story. That didn't change anything about the main game. All it did was add to, meaning power-ups, items, weapons, skins, things like that. They were more aesthetic than
or maybe some kind of expansion that introduced like, oh, well, after you beat the game, this also happened. So you still got that content story, and then you just got other side things that you can do or whatever.
Expansion. All it does was expand on what was already there, not give you something more of what should have been there in the first place. Miles Morales, like I feel like when you hear Spider-Man or Peter Parker, that does not include Miles Morales.
No.
Miles Morales is his own person. He's his own Spider-Man. So that's like if you do that, then that's just like saying, okay, everything in the Spider-Man universe it should be DLC. No. If you put Venom in this game and he shows up as like just a one-off playable character, that doesn't mean his story is DLC. Literally, you can make a whole nother video game based off of just Venom. If you make the character compelling, you make his story compelling, and you make me want to play it, I'll pay some more money for that game too. But it has to be a full-fledged feature-length, like long game. I don't want to pay $60 or $70 here for a 20-hour game.
Yeah, you don't want to pay full price for a half-price game.
Yeah. I feel like Rocksteady did that amazingly with their Batman series, with their Arkham Knight series, where DLC was they added a few additional missions that gave you more story, but they also added in different characters. And if they would have gave those characters side missions to like a little small story, that would be to me DLC.
Yeah.
But also, most of those characters can't carry their own story. Yeah. I don't want to pay for a game that's about Robin because I don't care about Robin. You know, like if it's just him.
Yeah, the only reason a lot of people care about those side characters is because they're related to Batman.
Exactly.
In some kind of way. So it's
Miles Morales. Like I feel like before, if they didn't have that Into the Spider-Verse movie,
we would have probably never got this game.
Exactly. I would not have cared about that game. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's just a side character they're giving the story to. I'm not going to pay for that. I'd rather play Spider-Man. But seeing Spider-Verse, I was like, yo, this dude is his own person. He's just wearing a Spider-Man outfit. I will play. Let me play that game. I will pay for it.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably what made him better in the casual audience. Because before that, like if you read like the Ultimate line of comic books, or if you read comic books about him, then yeah, you knew exactly what kind of person he was, what kind of character he was. But most people don't read comics, so you don't know who he is. So that movie was their introduction to his character and what he's all about.
No, and
that's probably going to be his character going forward. Yep.
Strictly because of that movie. That's why I'm gonna pay for that game. Like that's the only reason. Because of that movie. I don't even like I knew about Miles Morales and I read like a few stories here and there, like the introduction stories that was everywhere. I picked a few up and I'm like, he's cool, but it's hard for me to care about him other than he's black. You know, I didn't really know his story, but when they showed me Into the Spider-Verse and they gave me his full-fledged story and it wasn't just about all the Spider-Men, it was more so about his story that coincidentally had every other spider person in it. That's what I liked, you know? And then saying you can play as him too. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is the same as the Ellie DLC. You know what I mean? Like when you give her own story because everybody back then cared about Ellie during that time. So you gave us DLC about her, and I think it was free. Or no, you had to pay for it, but it was basically DLC with the story. I like that. It wasn't a 40-hour game. It was way shorter.
Yeah, it was like 6 to 8 hours, something like that.
Yeah,
it was short.
That was legit DLC. So I don't see how anybody can say a full-fledged game is DLC and it should have been DLC. That's stupid. You're asking for too much.
Yeah.
You can't ask 60 more additional hours and say, "Oh, I wanted this as DLC." Then just don't pay for it.
Yeah, don't buy it. I mean, it's gonna make money regardless.
Yeah,
it has Spider-Man in the title. It's about Miles, so it's gonna probably get the black audience and anybody who liked that in the Spider-Verse movie.
Got my money.
And most people probably don't even know, but the whole Into the Spider-Verse thing, it's a ripoff of something they already did 2 more times before. But because that same kind of story they already did with Spider-Man and Venom, with Spider-Verse and Venomverse, but this was the one that introduced it as a movie to the mass audience. And everybody, I haven't heard nobody who's seen the movie and didn't like it. And that's coming from fans like myself and even younger fans that are like preteens. Like my nephew fucking loves the movie because of the music, the style, and the cell shadiness and all that stuff. So it's one of those things where it's like that's gonna probably be how Miles is in that movie is probably how he's gonna be or his definitive character going forward. I know in the games he seems like he's a couple 2 or 3 years more mature, but he still fucks up and needs experience and all that kind of sort of stuff. So it's gonna make for a pretty decent game. Probably gonna love it.
Yep.
As long as they have really cool bad guys, because I don't know who they're gonna use.
The Tinkerer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the only thing. It's like the story is what's going to get me there, but for me to be interested, the bad guy has to be kind of cool. The Tinkerer just seemed like low level, low budget bad guy that just does extremely crazy shit like that. Yeah. I feel like
I was thinking that, and I just thought about something. They made Doc Ock in the last one super interesting. You know, they gave him a really good character arc. So they took a character that was basically one note and boring, and then made you see his transition from good to bad. So with this, it looks like a whole all new Tinkerer. So the Tinkerer is just like, okay, it's just somebody who makes high end tech for supervillains. Well, so and the whole gang war thing. It's like, I'm not feeling that either because it's been done before 50 billion times.
I'll say this. The Tinkerer, because I don't really know who that is. I usually base my judgment off of first impressions, first looks. It doesn't look interesting to me. Like the Tinkerer looks like it was like in here specifically. It looks like he came from another villain, or she came from another villain. Like was like his henchman, and then broke off and did her own thing. When I look at people like I didn't even know who the Prowler was until I saw the movie. And I was like, yo, the Prowler looks like a dope character. Who is this guy? Like, he was purple. He looks not weird, but like he looks like he has that low budget status. Yeah. But seeing the Prowler, seeing him take on Spider-Man, it's like, this dude got some moves. This dude can fight. You know, he can do things. Look in here. Anybody that uses technology, I'm just like, everyone uses technology in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
I got to see how big of a threat is this person.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm glad that was another thing that, like, you know, speaking with Prowler, I like how they tied him in with Miles, because he's been around in comic books for like the longest time. Hell, he was an old Spider-Man 90s animated series, an episode or two.
Okay.
So he's not like a new character that just came up with Miles when they started doing that. They kind of rolled him into that, but they haven't really done a whole lot with his character since him being Miles's uncle and stuff like that. They've done a couple things in the regular mainstream line of comics, trying to figure out what to do with Miles since you already have Miles and Spider-Man and everybody else. You know, so it's, you know, he's never been a character that's going to get a whole lot of note, so to speak. So, but I was a fan of his outfit in the old cartoon. Love that purple and green.
So in this one, seeing the destruction that came about from the Tinkerer, like basically almost destroying a bridge, which it seemed like it wasn't what they were trying to do. It was just one of those secondary things that happened because she threw Miles into the truck, which caused it to blow up and did that much damage. It's like, yeah, but that wasn't necessarily what the Tinkerer was trying to do.
No, it was more so of the reaction of Miles's Venom Blast stinging thing.
Yeah.
And the power source, whatever they were stealing.
Yeah. So right now, the villain and the need to defeat this villain isn't what's getting me to want to play the game. It's the story behind it. It's the story part and the gameplay part that has me more interested in seeing if he's going to defeat this villain, because the villain don't really look that strong anyway. To me.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's one of those things where it's going to be a good character-driven personal story some kind of way, and then they're going to have you fight that chick, and then it's like, oh, you thought I was the guy behind things, but no, it is this other guy. You know, that's kind of what they did in the other one too. So, so I mean, you know, it's the story in the last game was good, so the story in this one's going to be good. I have no doubt about that. I mean, because they took a bunch of comic books, like the last game was pretty much 2 or 3 comic book stories, and they kind of took the premise of it and kind of made their own story within that, if that makes sense. So this game looks like it's going to be just something that they're just making up new and just rolling the ball with it. So I mean, hopefully it turns out good for him, and it probably will. It's fucking Spider-Man. It's like, have a good guy fight the bad guy, have him web sling, have him, have his powers get cut off every now and again. It's like, you can do Spider-Man. It's like beat for beat. You can make that work and have people buy it. So it's probably gonna make him tons of money.
That's it.
All right, you don't got nothing else to say?
I have nothing else to say other than I'm not sure if I want to pre-order PlayStation right now.
Yeah, I'll wait. I mean, it is what it is. I'll buy it. Like I'll get it when I get it.
Yeah.
It's nothing I got to rush out and get. I can't get it right now, but
I really don't have, like, right now at this point in my life.
Yeah, it is.
I know I'm old now, but it's like there's nothing that's like, ooh, I got to have it. You know what I mean? I have to have this in my life. I don't care. I don't care.
There's no must buy title that you got to play on it. This is you
it's
play when you
it's
play.
Stuff that I really want to play, but not stuff that I have to play right now.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I can wait.
Unless they can send me a console to review, then yeah. But as far as like spending my hard-earned money, like when I was a kid, this is stuff that I had to have. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have the money.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, as an adult,
I got the money, but I also got these bills to pay.
Yeah, I got stuff to pay for, man. I can't spend $700. No, damn near $1,000 because of taxes and then your game. And the game tax. No, I'll get it.
Well, all right, YouTube. If you guys want us to react to anything different, any other showcase videos, any other kind of videos out there, just let us know down in the comments below. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace out.